Good morning. It's actually Friday morning. It's the day before my shot day. And, as I go through the week, I think about things that I want to talk about. And I never write them down. And then I don't remember them. And then I film my video and I forget to say them. So these are just some of the things that I am thinking about. So last week I didn't track at all. And I felt really like I didn't know what was going on. I was going to resist tracking because of the mentality. I was going to resist tracking on my Fitness Pal because you can literally see where I had an account in 2014. And, it just brings to mind how long all of this has been going on. So I was resisting that. But then, you watch different YouTubers. So one that I like, she says, I don't count calories, I just count my protein, and I get 90 protein in a day. Okay, so that's a good strategy, I think. It worked for her. Then you have people who just lose weight eating the same way they did, but smaller portions. And that sounds pretty good too. And then the only guidance I really had from my doctor was 1,200 calories. So so what I did was I did go back into my Fitness Pal and I started to log it because my husband was kind of like, I really don't know what to do when I'm preparing your meal. The guidance I gave him was just put it on a small plate. Because he gives you a portion, and then the next time it's larger, and I don't think he means anything by it other than he's taking care of you, and if this is good, more must be better, and it's not. And I struggle with telling him what to do. He's preparing a meal, he's feeding me. When the plate comes, I'll either eat it or I won't. And then I have to start questioning him, how much meat was that? And how many eggs is this? And it just all feels very like I should just get up and make it myself. But that is not how our household works. He makes the meals. And he'll do what I ask, but I don't like sounding like everything's changing, and I don't feel like everything's changing. I don't feel like my foods are changing or that they need to change that much. It's just that I need to know. So I don't know. The other thing I noticed when I put all my stuff in my Fitness Pal, so I'll give you an example. He makes coffees with cream and butter. So then when I'm like, well, how much cream are you putting in? And he says a couple tablespoons. Well, are you measuring it? Are you glugging it? Are you, and then when I have to put it in my Fitness Pal, I hope that I'm overestimating it just based on knowing what he'll put in something. Oh, and then how much butter? Oh, just a little slice. Well, is it a tablespoon of butter in each coffee? Which I don't think it is, but so I just hate when things start to feel and sound that way. But I guess I'm going to have to get down to the basics and get down to what's really going on so that I know what's really going on. I just don't like it to feel strained and unnatural. And, let's be honest, if I was getting up and making my own meals, I would be doing that. I would be measuring and whatever for a couple days, and then I'd know. It's just been, all this crap has been going on for so long. And I really wanted to feel like this was going to be different. And, this is not a shortcut. This is not a no-brainer. This is not like take a shot and you don't think about it. You don't think about food, but you still have to think about what you're actually eating. I just have to figure out the formula. So then my scale is a crappy scale that you'll weigh yourself, and then if you weigh yourself and that number, it just constantly goes up and down while you're standing on the scale, then the batteries were low. So then you change the batteries, and then you're wondering how long the scale has been off. So now when I weigh, I'm supposedly up 5 pounds. I'm not going to officially wait till tomorrow, but it's showing that I'm up 4 or 5 pounds from the last time I weighed. Then you have to wonder if that number's real. I'm not going to get crazy about it because I'm still on month 1 when you're not really supposed to lose that much weight. I think that I just maybe can't worry about that all that much. My pants are loose. My underwear is getting loose. So that kind of tells me all I need to know. I weigh every day, and I don't think I'll ever not weigh every day, but I just try and reserve judgment till the actual day. But then, then it's like, did I really start at the number I started at? Is this number the new real number? I don't know. It's just numbers. I hate it. So side effects. This week when I took the shot, I felt like nothing. It felt like it didn't do what it was doing in previous weeks. Oh, look at this. Okay. Hungry sooner, really feeling like I could eat at any time. Whether I'm hungry, it's kind of hard to tell. We eat on a schedule, so breakfast and dinner. Well, while I'm waiting for dinner to cook, now I'm eating, which means I'm going to eat and then eat, which also probably means I'm having dinner a little late. But I think it means that my hunger is coming back sooner, and I'm maybe just not getting the signal, but my body's saying you need to eat. So tomorrow I take the next shot up. So I'm hoping that feels a little different, does a little extra. And I think maybe I'll do some experimenting on what are some good ways to have my coffee. So if I look at MyFitnessPal, a lot of my diet is fat. I'm hitting my proteins. I'm a little over on my calories, and that's pretty much because the fatty things that I have, the yogurt, the eggs, the butter, they're all high calorie, obviously, because they're high fat. So I want to either eliminate a coffee. If I have 3 coffees a day, all done the same way, I want to maybe eliminate that, or eliminate the heavy cream that's going into it. I'm not looking to do any kind of low fat anything though, because I don't think that's realistic, and I don't think it's something that I want to do. I'd rather just eliminate 2/3 of what I'm doing coffee-wise, and still have my coffee the way I want. But maybe I can find another way that I haven't tried. The nice thing about the heavy whipping cream is you can froth it, and it's just nice and frothy. I don't think you can froth like the protein shakes. So I know this is kind of scattered. My hands and feet are cold every night. And then I'll have where I can totally sleep, I can go to bed at 7, and then I'll have where I'm tossing and turning. And so I think my sleep is just getting disordered because I can sleep at 7, and so at 2 in the morning, maybe I'm not sleeping as well because I've already slept. I think that's it. I'm feeling a little disenchanted this week because it's 4 weeks, and I'm still trying to figure out where the shot comes in, because I can do strict carnivore for 4 weeks and be down 15 pounds. So now I haven't done strict carnivore, and I've done the shot, and I'm probably going to be at 4 pounds lost for the month. So I'm going to think on all of that and maybe have some more thoughts tomorrow when I do my shot. But we'll see. I hope you have a great day. I thank you for watching, and attached to this clip will be tomorrow's clip. Have a good day. Good morning. Welcome back. This is Saturday, August 10th, maybe. I have been on Wegovy 0.25 for a month, and so this is my weekly and monthly update. I'm going to just put my glasses up because there's a lot of reflection. Okay, so I did some ramblings yesterday, and I think it's good to get some of those thoughts out. Everybody's got their own history and their own stuff that they need to work out. Usually by the time you're on a GLP-1, you've been through it all. You've been through everybody's version of the right way to lose weight. Weight Watchers, Fen, low carb, low fat, high fat, keto, carnivore, calorie counting. So, there's really, this is the only thing that new under the sun. That really, there's not a lot of research. I suspect it's been around a lot longer than we even know about. And my own feeling is that there are certain, well-known people that have lost a lot of weight that probably had access to this long before the general public. That's just my thought. I can think of 2 or 3 people who had major weight loss transformations that claim they were on a severe calorie restriction, and I'm thinking, you don't just calorie restrict and get that way. Otherwise, we would probably all do it. We've all put ourselves in places of suffering and kind of doing unhealthy things in order to lose weight, and I don't think very many people are successful that way. And, I hate to say it, I only like to say successful because the people who are successful that way usually have an eating disorder, and that's not success at all. So, so bottom line, the scale today said 223.1. I'm not even, which means I'm up. I'm going to say that's up 2 pounds. I'm going to put on the screen here the math. I think it's up probably 2 pounds from last time, and so maybe I've lost about 5 pounds this month. This is the initial month. I was hoping I was going to be one of those, we all hope we're one of those people that is a super responder and you're going to lose 2 pounds every week or 4 pounds every week, and it is what it is. I'm a little bit disappointed, but I'm also not basing all my emotions and all my strategies on how I feel about it in the moment. Like you could see yesterday, I was a little bit down. I give myself permission to be a little bit down. I want to enjoy this quest. I want to celebrate the wins and learn from the losses. And kind of what I'm doing right now as a protection mode is tamping everything down. So I'm not going, hooray, I lost weight, or, I'm just guarding myself with any of the results. I'm guarding myself when I gain. I'm going to guard myself from going too far down. But when I lose, shouldn't I be getting excited about that? I don't know. I'm kind of trying to be even and just be it's the wait and see approach. It's also an approach so that every time something's unexpected, I don't go off the deep end trying something new. I think consistency is important, and I think you probably with this, you need to do something for a couple months before you find your groove. That being said, today's the day that I go to my 0.5 Wegovy shot, and I am expecting great things. And we'll see what happens with that. I'm going to rework my numbers. I'm going to say my calories have been in around 1,300. And I did a preliminary rework. I don't know if I had a TDEE calculator that I didn't fill in one of the values correctly. But they're saying that I should be at 15 to lose weight. This is going to be a week where I also try and incorporate at least some walking. I live on a pretty busy road, and so doing any kind of amount of walking would entail me hopping in the vehicle, driving to a park, going along a path, driving back. Probably a couple hour process. But there's a really big church down the road, and they have a huge parking lot. And I'm thinking, well, what if you just drive literally 2 minutes down the road, park, and go around the parking lot twice? So I might see how that goes. I might, make sure that's a friendly environment to do that. Maybe I'll drive around the parking lot and clock it to see how many. Probably around the parking lot is the equivalent of going once around the track, like a high school track. So we'll see. I think that's probably a good intermediary solution. It's probably not the best view, but I think it'll get it done. I did go out and get a resistance band. Well, first I had the Weight Watchers resistance band from those kits, and I started to do these different sets, and the band broke. Now, I told you it was an old kit, and so the first thing is I think I probably stretched it beyond its limits, and maybe because it was old. Who knows what kind of environment it was kept in before I got it. So then I went to Walmart and got a medium intensity band, and when I'm doing the band where you step on it and you lift it up and then you do this, it won't stretch that far. And I don't know if it's just because I'm afraid it's going to break, or if I'm just not up to that intensity. So I went back and I got a low intensity one. So I'm going to try that. And that one doesn't have handles, but I have the old handles. I'll see if I can rig it up. Yeah, so I'm still feeling good about everything. I'm actually really kind of itching to take my shot, except that I don't want to take it during the day. I want to keep taking it at night. I really felt like I could have taken it 2 days ago. I feel like this shot did not do as much. I'd say probably by Wednesday it was pretty worn off. Like nothing drastic. I just feel like there wasn't a huge impact, and then I started to have different thoughts creeping back in. Now, I shop for Walmart and Instacart and all of that. I do shopping, and so for me, I was just shopping, putting things in the cart, and they could have been boxes of anything, like it was like they weren't even, stuff wasn't even food. And then it starts to get like, oh, that's interesting. I've never had that. I wonder what that tastes like. And that's a little bit of food noise. I mean, not like I gotta buy it or anything, but all of a sudden to have things piquing your interest, I feel like that's the beginning of that food noise stuff that everybody talks about. So we'll see. I'm a little bit, I feel like in the beginning of this, I was like, what's everybody talking about, side effects and this and that, and because I didn't have any. And I do realize people have side effects that maybe I'll never have, and people have a different physical makeup that I don't have. But then you go up in a shot, and it's like you're starting all over again with a whole new game. So I'm waiting to see if I have anything crazy happen. So what I'm thinking about doing is I think I will take my 0.5, give an update on that, either midweek or next Saturday. And then I think I'm going to switch to monthly, unless I have any kind of musings or wonderings or really bad side effects or anything that I think I want to tell you about. I think maybe a monthly video makes a little more sense. The only other thing I will say is that there was so much on YouTube about Zepbound, and it seems like a lot of people are now being denied for Zepbound and being switched over to Wegovy. So I'm looking forward to more YouTube content specifically about Wegovy, but I think that there's an awful lot right now where people are just unhappy about it. And so, you get used to what you get used to, it's working, and then somebody says, oh, sorry, you can't have that anymore, but we'll give you this. And they're always going to feel like that's second best. And it might be second best. Like, I feel like there's this vacuum where Wegovy's concerned. It leaves me wondering, like, did I get something that's second best? I mean, yeah, Ozempic was the original, but, I don't know, maybe there is a huge difference. I'm going to stick with this for a couple months if I feel like good things are not happening, and then I'll talk to my doctor about switching. And I guess, I don't know, like, it seems like a doctor can prescribe something and then the insurance company could say, well, no, you don't need that, we're not covering that. And that doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem like an insurance company should be determining your health care. And then, unless you have loads and loads of money, you can bypass that. Just does not seem right. So I do understand people being upset. I do have a photo that I took. I'll put the dates on it, but the one photo I took yesterday in the Walmart bathroom, and I tried to do a similar pose to the previous photo that I took in the Walmart bathroom. My body is definitely changing shape a little bit. A little bit of that upper belly, like right under the rib cage, that has flattened out a little bit. I can feel in my arms, my legs, and my butt that those have lost weight. Even though the scale says I'm up, I'm not that worried about it. Bathroom-wise, everything has been pretty regular. I'll just say that I've always had like a kind of disordered bowel movement system. You know, I won't say, I mean, I haven't always had digestive issues that I've known about, but I've always, for quite a long time, I've had problems with emergencies, running to the bathroom, not getting constipated, so maybe that's why I'm not feeling like constipation's a problem. It might actually be correcting my bathroom emergency situation. I don't have a gallbladder, and so I think some of that stuff actually got worse. Some of it was bad because I needed to have my gallbladder removed, and then some of it got worse because I had my gallbladder removed. So, you know, that whole system has had problems for probably at least 10 years. So I'm used to just dealing with mad dashes and making sure you're done going to the bathroom for the day before you go out and things like that. It's one of the reasons why I have the job that I do with Walmart, is because if I'm having any kind of bad day, but particularly if I'm having a bad bathroom day, then I can work around that. I can stay home. I can go out in between. If I'm out and I feel like I'm having a little bathroom trouble, I can go home. I'm done for the day. Doesn't always make for making the greatest money, but I won't end up in situations where, you know, I'm compromised, if you will. So things are going all right. I feel like time is moving so slowly because I just want to see results. And I just have to tell myself the time is the time. And the other thing I'll say is I think I just want to get a better quality scale. You know, my mom had waited a long time, and she got a bathroom scale that was kind of like a doctor's with the weight. And I think that actually would be the most accurate for just weight. You know, I don't necessarily believe in these scales that can tell you how much muscle you have and how much body fat. That's just me. Maybe I just don't understand how that technology works. But I think maybe what I will do is look to get a scale with the sliding weight and just do that. And it's not going to tell me, I don't think it tells you your, 0.2, 0.4. But I think it will probably be more accurate than what I have. And, the number's not the biggest thing. But if you get a number and then you're like, is that even real? Then it's really not worth anything. The doctor scale won't need a battery either. I mean, like the old-time doctor scale. So maybe I'll get one and show it to you in the next video. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching. I hope that you're finding good things on your quest. And I'll catch you on the next video. Have a great day.